In the sun-baked dust of ancient Judea, life unfolded with rigid order. Villages bustled with the rhythm of daily tasks and the strict adherence to tradition. But beyond the protective walls of community, a desolate world existed. It was a realm reserved for the unclean, the outcast, the afflicted. He lived there, marked by the creeping blight of leprosy. His identity had long been stripped away, replaced by the guttural, warning cry, "Unclean, unclean." His deepest wound was not the decaying flesh, but the decay of his spirit. A profound fear clung to him, heavier than any cloak he could wear. It was the fear of judgment, not just from others, but from an internalized, condemning voice. He lived with the constant dread of being forever left behind, a ghost among the living. He yearned for a glance that held no disgust, a voice that spoke his name with kindness. But all he knew was the turning of backs, the hurried retreat of feet. His heart was a landscape of desolation, yearning for a single drop of human kindness. One day, whispers of a new presence began to circulate, reaching even the isolated encampments. A man spoke of love and healing, challenging the long-held customs. He moved through the towns with authority, yet with profound gentleness. The leper watched from afar, hidden in the shadows of gnarled olive trees. He saw the crowds, the sick, the desperate seeking this man's touch. A radical, terrifying thought sparked within his desolate mind. Could this man truly see beyond the disease, beyond the societal condemnation? Could he dare to defy the sacred laws of separation, the very fabric of their world? The moral conflict was stark, not just for the man, but for all who observed. It was a choice between upholding the rigid, fear-based boundaries of the past, or daring to extend a compassion that transcended every law. For the leper, it was an unfathomable gamble, a terrifying leap of faith. To approach meant certain rejection, perhaps even violence or stoning. Yet, the faint possibility of being seen, truly seen as a human being, pulled him forward with an irresistible force. He grappled with the ingrained shame, the terror of allowing himself to hope. Every instinct screamed retreat, to remain in the familiar, painful safety of his isolation. But a desperate longing, a spiritual hunger, urged him on, step by faltering step. He gathered what little courage remained within his broken spirit. He stumbled out from the shadows, his voice a raw, almost inaudible whisper. "Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean." The crowd gasped, recoiling instantly in fear and indignation, a wave of revulsion passing through them. The air crackled with palpable tension, a mixture of expectation and dread. But the man, the healer, did not recoil. His gaze was steady, unwavering, filled with an inexplicable, profound warmth. It was a gaze that pierced through the layers of disease, through years of societal scorn and self-condemnation. It saw not a leper, not a disease, but a man, a son, a brother, a human soul yearning for connection. And then, something utterly astonishing, something profoundly revolutionary, happened. The man reached out his hand. He did not flinch, did not hesitate, did not draw back from the defiling touch. His fingers, warm and firm, rested upon the leper's decaying skin, a touch of pure, unconditional acceptance. It was the first human touch he had felt in years, perhaps decades. A jolt, not of pain, but of pure, unadulterated life, surged through every fiber of his being. "I am willing," the healer said, his voice calm, powerful, and utterly compassionate. "Be clean." Immediately, miraculously, the scales fell from his skin. His flesh became whole, smooth, and healthy, as if reborn. The numbness of years vanished, replaced by a tingling, vibrant awareness of his body. He stood there, stunned, completely transformed, not just physically but spiritually. He was no longer unclean. He was seen. He was touched. He was made whole. In that singular, sacred moment, his true dignity was not just restored, but powerfully, irrevocably declared. The physical healing was instantaneous, an undeniable miracle for all to witness. But the journey of the spirit, the healing of the inner man, had only just begun in earnest. He was no longer defined by his disease, but by the indelible memory of that.